Hey guys, welcome back to Real Housewives Recaps. I'm so glad you're here. Today we're taking a look at GB News. We have Mark Dolan and of course Angela Levin. You know I love her. They are having an interesting conversation. I want to watch it with you. I'm going to pause and react. I want to have a conversation about this, about what they're talking about, because I thought it was pretty good. So without further ado, let's take a look. As always, thank you so much for being here. Honk, honk, everybody. I'm Jen, again, trying to do this more, introduce myself, Jen. Thanks for being here. And I honk because one of Meghan's followers told me I sound like a drunk goose. I love it so much. That's me. Honk, honk, everybody. Here we go.
And there's been another dramatic twist to royal snubgate.
Okay, pausing and reacting already. They start out with the royal birthday, but then they get into the stupid book coming out, but also Prince William. So stick with me. It's going to get good. Here we go.
With an almighty public row breaking out between Buckingham Palace and the Duke and Duchess of Sussex.
Yeah, we don't use their titles anymore. They're Hank and Skank.
After the Sunday Times reported that the pair turned down an invite to the King's 75th birthday bash, the Sussexes have sensationally hit back.
I like Mark Dolan. I find it funny that he's acting like this is a new thing for them. That their favorite thing to do is attack family members on both sides. So I don't think that's something new for them.
A spokesperson for the couple has said there has been no contact regarding an invitation to His Majesty's upcoming birthday.
Does anybody else like me wish that they had added the words piss off to the end of the statement? Oh, that would have made it so good.
It's disappointing the Sunday Times has misreported this story. Crumbs, I wonder if they're going to sue the Sunday Times. Anyway, a source close to the pair told the Mail Online, considering the trip to Kenya didn't go well, this might be a welcome distraction.
Spokesman for the couple, they're hiding behind this crap once again, and I heard Lapdog say something very similar, Lapdog being Omid. And once again, came completely misreading and getting it wrong. The trip sounds like it went smashingly.
Now, GB News also understands that Harry and Meghan haven't received an invite to spend Christmas with the rest of the royals.
So I'm hearing the same thing. I heard the rumblings about Christmas. I just assume it's the pair trying to play victim woe is me once again. Like, what other events haven't we been invited to? But seriously, who could blame the royal family? Who would want these two around? They're wearing wires and talking shit.
So, Angela Levin, who to believe?
Well, I wouldn't believe Harry and Meghan.
And that's why I love Angela Levin.
We've got an unknown, unnamed person saying all sorts of things. We can't believe a word of it. I mean, we're so used to them twisting things.
This is what I've been saying, too. Can you imagine that being your reputation? That you twist everything, you are not to be believed?
But also, the Sunday Times is a very respectable paper, and the royal head of that is also very careful and well respected. So I don't believe that. I'm sure she's right and they're wrong. But I think it was just a trick. If somebody doesn't invite you to something and all they've said they've invited you not going and you don't want to go, then you just shut up, don't you?
Not those two perpetual victims, They wouldn't know what to do with themselves if they just shut up.
You don't have to make that in a great bonfire of anger and say, you know, they're wrong. This is wrong. It's outrageous. Why just be quiet? It shows that they're actually reading the press very, very carefully.
And I would like to remind you that both Revenge and also Courtiers, the two of the books that we've read, go into exactly that detail. Revenge focused more on Meghan's obsession with the press, and Courtiers went into Harry and how he'd make the workers at the palace pull tweets for him to read that had to do with him, something along those lines.
They say they're not, but they obviously are, to come back with this bonfire very quickly afterwards. It's a nonsense. And actually, I think it's quite right for King Charles not to invite them. What I suggest he's said is that, you know, if you want to come, the door is open. He's done that a great deal. But he's not going to go through all the problem. And I don't think Harry and Meghan are going to go. Meghan can't bear this country anyway.
It makes me love the UK even more. Can you imagine, though, bashing the country like she did. She bashed all the UK, Commonwealth, etc. Bashed the country, and then to say to whatever, I'm never going back again. Oh, boo-hoo. I'm sure they're so sad about that as people, hey, you can finally get people dancing in the streets like you claimed.
But we'll go unless they apologise, unless his father and William apologise to Meghan.
To quote one of my all-time favorite movies, Christmas Vacation, which I did do a full recap of a few years ago on this channel. One of my favorite lines from that movie, kiss my ass, kiss your ass, kiss his ass.
But what they need to apologise to her for, nobody knows. But he's determined not to give in at all. And so it's all this nonsense, childlike behaviour, is just actually to put their names in the paper again.
I just wonder if the couple are relishing this drama.
Absolutely they are. I mean, Harry's perpetually miserable, but the other one walks around with that shit-eating grin all the time. So yeah, she relishes it. It keeps people talking about her, and it keeps the rift in the family that she so desperately needs to try to, I don't know, attempt to stay relevant.
Because victimhood is their currency.
Yes, they are victims. Now, the interesting part
Millionaire
is
victims.
Yes, millionaire.
In an enormous Californian mansion.
Yes,
with royal
bathrooms.
titles.
16 bathrooms.
16 bathrooms?
Yes.
Which one of them's incontinent, I wonder?
I don't know. Wouldn't ask. But the interesting thing is that Meghan was told by her new agent that she's got to be happy, she's got to be jolly.
You imagine Meghan jolly? I don't think so. She seems to only be happy, like, I don't know, holding has-no-balls testicles in her handbag.
No more being a victim because people are fed up with it. They're not interested in it
Including in
anymore.
America, they don't like that.
Particularly in America.
These two have zero skills. So if they don't play victim, they have literally nothing else.
And so I think that she's passing all this on. She's not saying it, but it's coming through. And that could lead us on to Scobie, who's done this awful book.
Well, indeed, let's talk about that, because this is quite a story. And this is, of course, the Sussex's biographer, Omid Scobie, close friend of the couple, is preparing to release his new book, Endgame, which promises to be nothing less than explosive. Scobie will brand the king as unpopular and Prince William as a power-hungry heir.
I find this particularly funny because this moron is trying to sell books by saying dumb shit like that, but he's actually backfiring spectacularly and showing everybody how truly out of touch he is, just like the Harkles.
Whilst portraying Harry as the prince forced to start a new life after being betrayed by his own family. So this...
There's Camilla there, a queen willing to go to dangerous lengths to preserve her image. Now, all that is not true. I mean, the king is very popular. He was popular from the moment the Queen died. There were thousands of people around Buckingham Palace, which astonished him. He was very popular when he went to Germany and to France and in Africa.
And he hasn't put a foot wrong so far?
No, he hasn't put a foot wrong so far. And so he is very popular. And to talk about that about William, Harry knows that when he was young he didn't want to be a king, but now he's accepted his responsibility and he's working jolly hard on it. I think it's very spiteful.
It's spiteful and it's cruel, and we saw it in print in Spare, Harry's true feelings and ridiculousness and jealousy over William.
But my view on this one is that Meghan has been told, as I just said, not to moan. So she can't actually get ahead with her memoirs, which was going to be full of yet how badly she was treated. So she's got old Scobie to do it for her.
Ding, ding, ding. I think so too. I think Angela nailed it.
If you remember back to the other book he wrote, she said she had nothing to do with it, nothing at all. And then she ended up in court apologising, saying she forgot.
Yep. I will never not find that funny. Let that sink in the next time a sugar in the comments says you're a liar. They blindly followed that one, who had to go apologize in court, and her excuse was she forgot she helped her friend write this book.
That she told the maid could actually talk to him and tell him lots of things. So this one is going to be exactly the same, full of lies, full of unkindness, full of spitefulness, which is going to hurt them just before Christmas. And I think that they cannot get it out of their system that they actually live your life. No one's stopping them with their life.
And get on with it.
They become so unpleasant. They're so nasty. They're so awful about things. And also I call them eco-hypocrites because they're going so many times in private planes, and yet they're telling us that we absolutely must not do that. Harry set up this Travelest, which is when you go away, you're very careful where you go and how you go, and you don't use planes and all that. And he's the patron of that, and he's just doing absolutely the opposite of what he's telling us to do.
Well, if victimhood is synonymous with the idiots, I would say so is hypocrisy.
I'm offended by the suggestion made by Omid Scobie in this book that our next king, King William, who's a wonderful ambassador for the country, is somehow power hungry. How can he be power hungry? He's going to be king.
He's got the power already,
Correct.
yes.
I mean, have you noticed any power hungry traits by William?
I've seen him work very hard.
I'd like to take this opportunity to remind you all that Harry and Meghan were called, quote, lazy effing grifters by somebody who worked with them.
But
Is he an
that's not
empire builder?
No. He's a very happy man now with a happy family and wants to do what actually his father wants as well. They have very similar connections with this.
Speaking of similar, briefly, he's in Singapore for the Earthshot Awards, which is a big eco event. Are you worried that Prince William is now doing the eco bidding for his own father?
I think that he's probably doing a bit because he believes what his father believes in. It's not doing that because he's just trying to please his father. They both agree on this. They've had many, many conversations about it.
Does he really think that, or is he just trying to keep Dad happy?
No, I think he really thinks that because he wanted something very important to do. But I also think he's showing how lazy Harry is. Because Harry was talking about, we must be very careful about all, the weather and all that. But he's doing nothing at all about it. So William can actually show him up. If you look at the two brothers, you see one is not making it and the other is working very hard and putting a lot of effort into things.
See why I wanted to talk about this clip with you? I love them so much. Okay, so much to talk about. These two continue to be the worst. Hypocrisy is the name of the game. What else is new there? God, they're such assholes. Trying to make everything about themselves and play victim. It's like victim valor type thing. What else? Let's see. The Idiot book is coming out soon. I've said before, I will not buy the book. I have plans to get my hands on it. I will be discussing the book. So do what you want. Do what you want with that information. What else? God, these two just continue to plummet. I'm here for that. They continue to flail. Here for that too. Still want to put it out there. Go Samantha. Good luck with all of that. And also, I love William. Of course, Prince of Wales. And of course, I love Catherine, Princess of Wales. Anyway, guys, I'm leaving this here. Thank you so much for everything. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for watching and supporting. Let me know your thoughts on this one. Angela always nails it, and I feel like she did it yet again. If you want to further support the show, of course, I got Not Bloody Likely. I finally got my merch in. I love it so much. You guys, the print on this thing turned out so good. I'm thrilled with it. I'm thrilled. I'm getting reports back from you guys that you're loving it as well. That makes my heart so happy. Check that out if you haven't already. If you want to further support this show, check out Patreon. Patreon.com/Real Housewives Recaps. That's where you can find the bonus episodes, the extra content, the extra deep dives, behind the scenes stuff, all the things. That's where you can become an executive producer, much like the very lovely people and the names you see on the screen here. Again, thank you all for all the love and support. I truly hope you all have the best day, and I can't wait to bring you more stuff like this. Go, Angela. All right, I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.